There's an APB, poll workers wanted.
We are short about 500 poll workers.
Facing a shortage of poll workers.
We naturally lose poll workers as we approach Election Day.
They cannot staff even one polling place in 111 jurisdictions. They're really trying to find some poll workers, finding places with younger people who maybe could step up.
With the pandemic that's going on, the populations that generally serve as poll workers don't want to put themselves in harm's way, and so they're not signing up to be poll workers again.
A major poll worker shortage all across the state, nearly 60% of Wisconsin municipalities.
The shortage of experienced poll workers due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Every time someone would come in, they would talk about their experience from the last election, and it was never good. We're not trying to suppress you at all. We're really trying to help you get your vote out.
We're saying, hey, we as a community are taking elections seriously, and we're taking them seriously enough to say we're going to work on Election Day to count your ballots.
Democracy only functions when everyone participates, and I want to make sure that everyone has the ability and access to be able to participate.
All of us have a role, and I try to remind my peers our impacts, our legacy.
Poll workers provide an essential service and can be the difference between a chaotic experience and an organized experience.
It takes a few hours. They get you set up and then they assign you to a poll location.
The trainings usually take 4 hours. After you get your experience, you'll be more trained than most people in the country.
I'm in charge of the processing. I'm handling the voters, and I'm making sure that they have a really good experience, and I'm getting paid.
The process couldn't be easier. You can head to powerthepolls.com and input your information and for how to become a poll worker in every county in the country that needs poll workers.
And make a little extra money on the side.
Public health changes from day to day, so you could have enough poll workers one day and a lot of them quit because there's a COVID outbreak. That's why we're just focusing on getting as many of our people hired and working as possible.
When, my friends and my peers walked through that door and saw my face and saw younger faces, they felt more welcome and felt like they were represented in the people who were the kind of gatekeepers to them voting.
Because we've had enough. We've been forgotten about in so many different spaces. If you want for things to change for how it affects you, sometimes you have to put yourself in that position.
We just don't need people working the polls. We need young people from 16 to 25 working the polls as much as possible.
Ultimately, the poll worker is every person on Election Day that's standing between you and voting.
Our generation, I think we're at the unique point where we can move past just preserving democracy, but expanding what democracy is in the United States.